Our story is more than what hobbits and elves know. It is time we told it ourselves.
Texting. Okay. So let's head out and I'll show you what's going on here. I've just been working on basically the facades. Yeah. To me, the game feels a little jittery still. Very jerky. This is one of the first castle builds I was doing. And I've walked too far from the hearth, so everything's going to be dark. So this is the outside perimeter wall. Let's do a free cam. It happens to be nighttime as well. So we have an outside perimeter wall that goes all the way up the cliffside here. I'm wondering if that's too dark, if I need to brighten. Put my filter back on. So the gist of this is we are trying to copy. Let me put my start screen back on. Do I have the castle on this? We are basically trying to copy this castle. I don't remember its name at the moment, sorry. It's a real world castle. So we're basically trying to copy this castle in Moria. And since I can do turrets, I can do that side turret. So these are the windows I came up with. This is adamant walls. And I have the stone railing, granite railing, top and bottom, inside, outside, with a torch in the middle, a standing torch in the middle. And then we have the granite accents on the outside, because I just like the detail it gives and the shadow effects. So this is the outside wall, and I have adamant barrier right now surrounding the outside perimeter wall, just to give a little bit more protection while I was building. Still debating if I'm going to leave that in place. And when I do get sieges, they tend to go to that corner up there by the waterfall or the doorway that's up top. Very rare that they come down to this doorway sometimes. So this is the inside of that perimeter wall. This is built right at that cliff to the right of the waterfall and Elven Quarters. And this is what the inside of the perimeter wall looks like. I have a catwalk / parapet that goes all the way around the front. And this, I'm planning to have this be the garden area down here. So it's pretty close, I think. I got the little bump out and everything. So you got the bump out over here. Got the turret going on over here, which I haven't popped the windows out for yet. All right. And we've got the side arches happening on the side. Oh my gosh, the tree. The tree! So I've got to fill this out still. And I've got some garden arches over here. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing with this yet. So I've got some scaffolding laying around everywhere still. Kind of working on the inside motif for what I'm going to do on the inside. So this inner wall comes all the way around to here. I'm still not sure if I'm keeping this here or if I'm bringing it in. So I've got my Ufon furnace there for now. And then I have my outside perimeter wall. And then all of my storage right now for my supplies that was in my base are up top out of the way right now so that orcs can't attack them. This world is completely game supplied. So there's only in-game supplies. I have not visited the warehouse for this. So the supplies I have on me are what I've mined in this world. Because I wanted this to be a pure built world. So what you see is what is obtainable in your own game as well. So these are some columns I've been toying with. Because as you guys know, my building method is I like to put the columns in first, then the walls, then the floors. So I'm trying to decide where the height of the second floor is going to be and establishing columns to help do the supports, right? So kind of to do a feature as well to make them big. So they're these bigger columns, 4 of them tied together around some adamant blocks I believe I put in the middle. And then we've got the gold inlays put in between them. Just to make a chunky column. This bush will never go away. No matter what I do. Ever since that 1.5 update, these bushes grow back and you can't get rid of them. How OCD do I want you to be? Oh gosh, what OCD thing is killing you right now? All right. So the dilemma I still have, I know I have a hearth sitting up there. That's not staying. Is there's several different kinds of castles, right? And some castles have mini buildings inside of them, and it's basically a perimeter wall with a bunch of mini buildings. So I'm still debating about leaving these 2 buildings here, repairing that one. And I think I might make this like a courtyard open area. Which means this area here will be the residence, probably. Those towers need knocked down. In your opinion, the ones I put in the middle here? You mean the columns? They're going to support my second floor. You don't like them? Oh boy. What don't you like about them? They're too different from everything else, maybe? Just you. Okay. I'm just curious what you don't like about them. I thought they would make a grand entrance kind of thing. I still have to figure out if I can even... how far I can put the floor in here. Too close to the shack. These are too close to the shack? Is that what you're saying? I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put the outside wall. I kind of want to make this area a library area just because it has the wizard stone. What is this over here? Oh, it's a scout's pack. Why has this got no aioli bloom in it? Or I mean, Ethris Blessing. Huh. Do I have to sleep? Oh. So if I take down these buildings, does that make it better for you? Let me make a meal here real quick. How much you want to bet I don't have any food on me? Oh no, I can make a meal. Okay, I must have picked them. Good. I just wanted to make sure my stuff was still growing. So let's see if this is going to be... This is that moment when I'm kind of like, maybe I should have drawn out some plans. This is definitely going to be the entranceway. So I think I'll put walls on the sides here. I need to finish this off though first. Let's finish this off. Tyler, do you have an opinion about the columns? Not that I'm going to change it, sorry, Sir Cicero. Oh, that's going to stick out, isn't it? I bet that's sticking out on the other side. Buttons are acting weird. Granite barrier. You've done so much outer and it's amazing. Personally, I don't like the inner. They look a little out of place, but only because they are load bearing and their load doesn't exist. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. So at the moment, if they're just sitting there, they're without a function. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, right? Is I'm trying to envision where the structure is going to be. Where the support structure needs to be. I mean, I could move them closer so that they're more in the middle. But I think that's like 3 tiles across. I think I was testing this out already. So they should support. Oh, can I not put it right in the middle? Interesting. Do it on the edge. Oh, was that? Second there, I thought I saw dust, which wouldn't make any sense. Sitting on top of massive columns, there should be no support issue. Let's see how far out these guys can go. Three. Not even 3. Only 2? Boy, that doesn't make any sense, does it? I should be able to go 3 out from those columns. Not just 2. Well, that cuts that window off. That's an interesting dilemma. Those aren't on the right spot. So I built my columns too tall? Oh, great. Great! Wonderful. That's off for some reason. Does that help? Well, shoot. My windows are all off. Those are full segments. This window I know was off because of the way the floor was. I did make them 1.5 tiles tall because these columns are normally 2 segments. Two segments of those columns is a floor. And I'm under siege. Great. Oh, I have Glamdring on me. Great. I have to be careful where the hell I am. Because I don't have another weapon. Oh my gosh, that sounds like a troll.
Did he see us?
Oh, I didn't mean to kill him. I was trying to lead him into the light.
That's one more
Oh, it's
for me.
dusk. Rude! Oh, this is a decent sized horde. You're just gonna stand back there and watch? That was exciting. It was a very short siege. Better double check the front. There's my parapet wall. Looking out from the turret. Okay, there's nobody out there. That's good. didn't come up here. That's good. Sometimes they attack this barrier. That's all good. Troll in the dungeon! Thought you should know. Okay. Build from your current out, in my opinion. Vision first, then wrangle the structure. Problem is you just start throwing stuff down without a thought to the structure. And I'm not confident that putting structure in after is the best way to go. Because I think the build calculations work in the order that you build it. So like if you build all your walls and then you throw in the columns for the structures, I think it doesn't count the columns as part of the structure because it calculates in the order that you built stuff in. The reason I think that is because when I was doing my column tests for building out turrets, when they finally did self-destruct, they self-destruct in the order that they were built. It's quite a cool effect because it undoes itself like a zipper. So I think adding structure in after the fact doesn't help the stability. But that is my opinion and only my opinion. But this is just my method that I've come up with for building. And so far, other than one incident of near disaster, I haven't, knock on wood, had any of my, come back and found any of my structures self-destructing. So I stick with what I know works. All right. So what's the thought process on this, you guys? I mean, I can make those columns shorter, which I think will put those windows at the right height. It just kind of makes this roof a little short, though, for here. Let's see if we can put that in. Yeah. I mean, it is a taller roof still than normal. It's got like a half of a length on there. That's not going to build there because the torch was in the way. Let me build this out one more. Oh, they just... Why did they... Yeah, sometimes they just mess with things that just don't need messing with. Even for those windows, it's offset. Shoot. If I put the barriers in between the wall sections, I think the windows will line up right. That's not, I don't want to look at the double window. Wait, is that all just the double window? I thought I had a barrier on the top here. No, that is the double window. Well, what's below then? Double window. So they were just double windows stacked on each other. Although, I think I was talking about redoing all of this anyway. Because wasn't I going to change out so that I had the same windows as the outside wall? I think I forgot I was going to do that. That's why these are here. Mm-hmm. That's what I was going to do. Oh, when you realize what you were going to do. Oh, boy. Because I was going to put these guys in all over the place. So it matched the facade down below. That's right. Now I remember. Oh boy. And that's not even either. Oh my gosh, am I going to destroy this whole front facade and start over again? How am I planning to get to the second floor? With the stairs, of course, sir. Oh boy. Because the door takes up 3 segments, not 2. Crap. Oh, so Cicero might get his wish. I might just take those... I might just take the columns down so I can redo the front facade. Because I forgot I was going to put these windows in instead of the regular cathedral windows. Because I'm a glutton for punishment. Crap. Alright, let's not do this. Let's start from the top to the bottom. So much for this being a quick stream. So the columns are good. I don't need to get rid of the columns. But I do need to clear these all out. Double window. That can probably, that's not going to stay. Because these, one of these columns is going to have to change. This one's going to have to change. Because I can bump that over. It's a learning experience. Yes, Tyler, it's a learning experience. But this was also as another... Where's my weapons at? Oh. Where's your greatsword? Hold on, I don't have my greatsword. wonder if I accidentally left it in my base. That's not the great sword. That's the one. I don't have the great sword. It's something. Where's the great sword? Oh boy. I love finding the great sword. So little. Where did I find it? It's quite possible. I put it at the other base. Alright. Oh, it's gonna be painful. This took a while for me to figure these out. So this is how these were built. Oh, I did not put a, I thought I put a central block in here for these. Nope. I just put them next to each other. I think I used the gold column in the middle. Oh, that was a lot of work. These have to move over one more. Because I want this to actually be centered. Tyler, I did that earlier. Thought I'd lost my super shoes. Went looking everywhere because online was down. Finally got into the warehouse to replace, and when I got back, realized they were on my hot bar. Oops. I found I had put something. I had Glamdring in another pack. I had put it inside a pack for some reason. So let's see. I think I wanted the door there because that's in line with this triangle here. I could just make this door shorter instead of expanding it. That would just give an extra block on this side, which I think that might be a better solution. Okay, that might be a better solution. Granite wall. Granite floor. So we could actually just bump these columns over one more. Or add an extra column. Where's the gilded wall at? Nope, that's not the right one. Columns. I go over and it pops up. That doesn't make any sense. Why did I put that down? It's so it can be touching the ground and not the barrier stuff. Now here's the question. Do I have double columns like this? Or do I have a spacer? Column shaft. I think that's the same space. I don't think it would be 2 blocks. Let's see. Yeah, so it would be just 1 block. I think I'm okay with that part. Let's get rid of the column base, see if everything explodes. Does not. Good. Narrow decorative wall. Which one is it looking at is the question. Narrow decorative wall. Wrong column base. Bad Moria. That was the wrong column base. Base. Ooh, did that make you guys jump? It made me jump. I might have jumped a little bit. Problem is, I've been so busy building in other worlds, I have neglected this one and forgot where I was going with it. I think that's even. Okay, I think that works better. Because the angle you come up here, you don't even really notice that there's an extra block there. I mean, I guess I can put the column back in on that wall. A lot more balanced, yeah. Thanks, Tyler. It was kind of bugging me, and I was kind of tired at the time, and I was just kind of like, whatever, I'll go with it. Because sometimes you're just kind of like, it's good enough. How much does it really bug me? Alright, this one needs to be a base. Okay. So now I lost my floor reference. There's my floor reference. I do kind of still want to make the ceiling that tall in here. But you're right. Sir Cicero's right. How am I planning to get to the second floor? Because the stairs will determine that as well, right? Where the floor lands. So my thought process is, let's get rid of this platform. Which is the reason for the floor here, right? This will be the grand entryway. And then I'll have a room off to the left and a room off to the right. And it doesn't bother me if there's a step up in the room, because I can use that as like an accent point. So this might be kind of like the armory, maybe. I might have this display of armor on this step up. Because I didn't want to bother filling this all in with granite. And I like trying to work with the in-game structures that they already have. So I would think because I already did kind of fill this in a little bit to try and get it above the plants a little. Because like this is how high I rose it already, like a barrier height. I didn't want to add more barriers. So that is basically the height I want it to get to. I think that was... Is that adamant? Where's my granite barrier? Oh, what's that difference? Why is it bumping? Is it because it's sticking to the floor in one way? Okay, now it's not doing that. Okay, now it seems to be solid in there. I'm not seeing it bounce around. Okay, so that lines up with that floor. Because if I'm going to build the windows, it's going to be short block, but this could be a taller window. Or it could be a double stacked window. Granite barrier. Let's see here. Put this little guy in there. Little guy in there. These are on the same height. Okay. So So I need to get rid of those windows. Double window. Double window. This needs... It's gonna need adamant blocks in there. I am going to need a support structure in here somewhere. I could make part of the staircase part of this. Right? I mean, if I want to be heavy-handed, I could use granite. Oh, those don't line up. This guy needs to go over a little bit. There we go. Standing torches are here just for lighting. So you guys can see what the heck I'm doing. And then, all depends on if I want to be able to see under the stairs. Does this give me adequate space still? This takes me to just the top of that level. It doesn't make... It's also going to do something funky below because this is a square block, right? I know it's yellow. Don't worry. Ooh, that makes it very short. 2 tiles only? I think it kind of makes it hard for you guys to envision because of the fact that I've got these buildings back here. What if I build a wall? Does that help visually? Sir Cicero with the good questions. How do I get to the second floor? That is always sometimes an afterthought and usually does get me in trouble. Let me see what the ceiling level looks like from here. Because I thought when I was checking this, it looked like it was too low. Or felt too low. Oh, why is that off by 1? It's interesting. I bet I need to get something to eat soon. I don't want to encroach too much into that columns yet. I'm not convinced they haven't screwed up something. Oh, see, that height works, I think. Isn't that pretty much the same? That must not be the same height I had. Because that's the height that the columns were at, right? This is definitely the height I want the windows at. Because if they're one more block taller, you won't see out of them. See, and that would cause a weird alcove because it's the stone block stairs. I wish we had stone stairs that weren't a solid block underneath it. Okay, quick, completely unrelated question. Does the spider silk actually do anything, or is it functionally identical to natural fiber? Spider silk, from what I have heard, Tyler, was something in the initial game when it first came out. And I think it was supposed to have a special purpose. But then they quickly got rid of that when they were removing other building aspects. So the spider silk that you find in the warehouse, which I believe is the only place you can find it now, is not used for anything. It is not in any recipes. It shows up on nests in my campaign also. Really? Like it's a separate inventory item? Are you playing like from an original world? Like from the 1.2 era? Before it came to Xbox and Steam? Because my understanding is it just shows up as rope now. Natural fiber. When you take out the spider nests. Created after the last DLC, but before the patch that came out after that. And you're finding spider silk at nests? It's white and doesn't look like rope. I'm running to check my supplies. When you destroy the nest, it's natural fibers, but when you pick up silk off of them before you destroy them. Yeah, these are all natural fibers. I don't have any silk on me. I don't know, Tyler. Maybe that's a foreshadowing that they're going to put that back in the game and make something buildable off of it. But I haven't seen any recipes that use silk for anything. Is that what it stays labeled as in your inventory? Oh, I see. So that may be something from, pre-removal days where it's labeled as silk and it used to stay as silk in your inventory, but then they removed that from recipes for some reason. I'm not sure why. Right. Like I said, I think that's because they used to have they used to have that as two separate elements. And I don't know what you would have built with the spider silk before. Because like you would find rope laying around, right? And then you would get spider silk from the spider nests. And now it's just labeled as natural fiber. So my suspicion is there was something you could build with it and they removed it from the game. Just like they removed a bunch of other stuff. Or the other possibility, and this would be like a good Forge Talk question next time they do a Forge Talk, is maybe they had it as spider silk initially, planning to make it an item to build with, and then just never added it as a recipe to anything, and then changed how it falls in your inventory. That could have been an option as well, with why there was spider silk, but it's not used for anything. And now in the game, what is called spider silk on the nests turns into natural fiber in your inventory. Is my guess. But I'm just an old lady that doesn't play a lot of games. So that's just my logical head thinking. Alright. So I think this is a good floor height. But the question does remain that Sue Cicero posed is, how do I get up there? And where do I put my door for my rooms? In the wall. How big do I make my great room? Don't like leaving my bread there, because then I accidentally eat it while I'm tabbing through stuff. Because on console you have to tab through, and if you tab through and you hover too long, it automatically eats whatever you're taking. Why is it so dark in here all of a sudden? Where's my shield? I have so many things I've lost. I must have put my shield up at my other base. So let me throw a column in here, because I'm pretty sure if I dismantle this, that floor is going to fall. So let me throw one column here. Just to hold this floor up. Get in there. Touch it. There you go. Because I don't like the stone stairs where they're at. I could spin these, right? If I made them do this instead. Oh, I don't want stout stairs. I want the slender stairs. I don't know. Do I want the stout stairs? I could have just done stout stairs there, shouldn't I? Instead of doubling them up. do the stout stairs there. Then I could do... Hello? Let's pick the right tab. Then I could have the staircase go like this. And then I have more floor space. Right? How much more floor space does that give me? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I get 5, or at least 4 space. Okay. This is kind of why I haven't finished this build yet, because I really had no idea how I was going to do the layout. And then checking out those other castle builds that I did over the Steam weekend, I started getting a little bit better idea of what I wanted to lay out. Okay, Tyler. But when I look at them before picking them up, they're spider silk. Okay. Currently filling my storeroom, so going back and forth to the warehouse. I just spawned in behind Durin's forge. The hidden spot? Did you spawn in behind the wall that has like the 2 trunks in the back or something? I've done that. Have fun getting out of that. I hope you brought a rope with you. There should be supplies in those trunks, if you can see the trunks, Tyler. All I could see was the back of the forge and the whole load of rock. Oh boy. So you got into like a game space or something. Well, if you jump out of it and come back in, you'll spawn in a different spot. You might have to take a couple of times to do it. There was a time when I kept spawning into, for the armory, when he built the armory, and I was in there helping Lionheart test some things out. I kept spawning in a void space. It was a tiny little space, just big enough for my dwarf, and I was in a adamant coffin. Yeah, you might have to try. And if you get out, just make sure I try to make sure when I leave the warehouse that I leave in a stable spot, right? So like at the actual forge, at the actual Durin's forge, and not any of the side rooms, because some of the side rooms are built, and they're built at an elevation, and I have found if you're in a spot that is built, sometimes it loads you in before it loads the room, so you get caught in a space. Well, you were looking at spider silk. One caution if you're filling out a storeroom and you haven't finished playing the game is if you fill every single slot, you're not going to have anywhere to dump the stuff off that you pick up. That's what I got mad at my hubby for. He did that. In a sandbox game. We were barely anywhere in the sandbox game, and he went to the warehouse and filled up all of his storage bins so that everything was full, so it looked pretty. But the problem was is when we played the game, we couldn't pick anything up because we had nowhere to drop it when we got back. So I think I like this stair layout. The question is do I put the stairs this far back? If I do, then I am probably going to have to get rid of this building. Which I'll be sad for. I got a lot of memories with this building. This is where we had our bedroom in the old base. I wonder how big this... Oh, you know what, though? That actually lands perfectly with the wizard stone. How big are the scroll cases? Okay, so the stairs are in the way of that. I take the stair and put it against the wall. Or I guess I could just use the stout stairs, huh? Nope, not that one. I can make a little secret stash. Secret stash room. No, 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 no. Stash room. Do I hide the fact that the stairs are there? Wait, that's not what I'm trying to do. Change height. I'm under siege again. Let's see how much harder this is with the my radiant. What do we got going on here? Nobody's over there. Oh, crap, and a troll. Let's see if I can lure this guy out. Hey, come over here to the sun. How is that not sunny enough for him? Really? That's not direct enough sunlight for him? That's funny.
That's all
I can't believe this isn't enough direct sunlight for him. Oh, hey! That was a good whack! Hey.
Nowhere to run now.
Yay, bear! Get him, bear! Look at me in the background, looking away. That's an awesome shot of my castle. Would Tyler try loading back in again? Escape out. Leave the world and come back. That's my bear.
More for me.
Bear, I don't gotta fight with you. So bummed I couldn't get that guy to freeze up here. That sucks. How much damage did he do? Can't see. 86. You could try hopping into your other world and then back and see if that works too, Tyler. Is it your own warehouse, or is it the online RTM Discord one? Hearts one. Oh, we can't build or destroy anything, I think, in there. Yeah. Okay. Oh, after they do the reset? Is that what they've got it set on, a 2-hour schedule for a reset? I was going to say if I could always pop in there and see if I could find you and see if I can find a way To throw you a rope or something. Do a Tyler rescue mission. Is that what happened? Did you leave while you were in one of the storage areas? There's a tiny hole in the floor under the hide scraps chest, and it threw me there. Oh, so you must have left the game in one of the storage rooms, huh? So it was trying to spawn you back there, but that room's probably not loading before you load in. So you're falling in the hole, probably. It's probably not a big enough space to throw a map stone down either, right? Oh, you can't build anything. Yeah, hopefully the 2-hour reset will help. Well, the other option is too, Tyler, is you could just go to the armory instead of the warehouse. Because the armory will have supplies as well. Oh, that's not even. Jesus. Oh, why is it... Okay, so it's not snapping that way for some reason. So the stair's not snapping right is the problem. First things first. If I'm going to build a stair here... Well, here's the question. Do I do granite or do I do wood? Wood would be much cooler. I think those columns would be too big. I haven't found a place to build with these guys yet. I'm not a fan of their instability as well. They have a lot of instability. I just realized I have a small pack on. Nope. I've got some bits still to move for my base. So doing that in the meantime. Okay. No point taking stuff from the warehouse that I have loads of already. Yeah, sure. Oh, that was interesting. Unintended. Nope, that is where they want to go. Are the stairs actually wider than the floor section? Oh no, it's floor section sunk into the wall. Okay. I see. I gotta get my perspective here right. Huh, I say that. That's not gonna happen. I'm never gonna get my perspective right. Is that about right? If we are doing a floor, the stairs there, then I need to put the structure in for the stairs. No, this I want to be the other piece. I wish these pieces looked nicer from the backside. I don't understand why the crown pieces have this rough texture and it's not smooth like the other pieces. That doesn't quite make sense to me. It's like they were trying two different designs and couldn't decide on it and then forgot to go back to it. Stairs. Yeah, there we go. And then this will put it right up here. Did I count out those floor segments right? Are these even floor segments? One, two, three, 4, 5. They are. Okay, nice. All right, all right, all right, all right. So the question is stone appropriate or should I make it wood? Because I could make it wood instead. Is that this one? It is this one. What kind of lighting would I use? Let's just put a torch up here for now. If I use stone, I can make the stone look like part of a wall. Then I can have this little nookie in here still. That's a secret nook. I think I'm going to make it stone. Okay. That's going to end up being wide stairs. So now I got to figure out column support. So we've got the stairs. Thank you for making me think of that, Sir Cicero. Which he's probably not listening, so I better type that in there. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to have to redo the floor because I want to make sure that that's set. And I got to do the walls. Finish these columns. Oh, old house, you are probably coming down. This will be the library section. Because I can put another case in right here. Right. Maybe, possibly, if I move that one case over. They should give us different options for the cases. Floor. I gotta finish building these out. These. I'm gonna leave that open here because I gotta figure out if I'm keeping my Ellerbreath's blessing here or not, or do I move them down into the garden? Should probably move them down into the garden. I'm terrified of moving them. Oh my gosh. Oh, no, wait. If I move them now, I should have the supplies back that I need. Okay. Okay, so we need more granite blocks up there. To seal that in. Okay. And we need some blocks here. Why did they have to screw with that so much? Okay, so that is set in there. That is set in there. Let me do this from up top. I have a bad feeling if I do it from down here, something's going to be wonky. I should have probably put that column in there first. Because sometimes columns will attach the side objects and not the ones they're supposed to be attaching to. Let's get rid of that block. Get rid of that block. Because I want to make sure it's connecting with the column and not the block. Okay, these are all at the same height now. The same height. That's at the same height. This is a step down. Okay with this being here for now. Alright. Those are all at the same height. Those are at the same height. Alright. So this is going to be my second floor. I'm only going to have 2 floors on this, because I don't see a need to go 3. So the next question I have to answer is, how far out do I bump this wall for the individual room? If I put it where the columns are, and put like the doors in here. I don't know if I would have doors or if I would just do an archway. I feel like that makes an effective entryway. This could be a library waiting room. Kind of, sort of, almost. This way would lead out to the forge area, because I think I'm going to leave this as a forge area. Maybe this ends up being the kitchen back here. They did often keep the kitchen separate. From what I saw in some of the designs. Any thoughts, you guys? I need some more lights in here. Some more temporary torches. Still working on the interior feel. Sir Cicero got me to think about stairs. How do I get to the second floor? So I took out the big columns I had because some people thought they looked odd. They're probably going back in, people. Just in a different spot. So I've got my grand staircase. That gets me to the second floor. This is the old floor height. That's not going to be there. Granite floor. Alright, let's put those blocks back in that I took out. To make sure that the columns fit where they were supposed to fit. That they attach to the columns below. Alright, why are you jumping around? Okay. Should probably put some more of those columns in to bring that up one more. Yeah. Finish that curved wall. And you'll notice we're like 3 stories high and those are still solid colors. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4.5 sections. So 2.5 to 3 stories tall. Okay. So I'm thinking I'll put the crown tops on the top. Which I should probably do before I put in all the wall segments. So these walls are going to go. Double window. Granite barrier can probably stay. Double window. Because I'm going to make the other windows instead. Short platform. And then I need to get rid of these floor sections before I start adding in the walls. So the floor sections are not screwing with stuff. Granite floor. Granite floor. Because sometimes if you're building and you have your floor in place first, stuff will attach to the floor and not the wall section below it. I just had that in there to test out the height to see where it landed, because I had a issue where I had put in the floor and it was cutting across halfway through a window. All right. So that's at that height. The floor's coming to the top of that window. And I was putting in the railings on the outside. Okay. So let me put in one set of railings, and then I'm going to take a break for lunch. Come on, stop dancing around. I just want the small railing. Which fits in so much nicer with the granite than it does the adamant. Of course, I say that, now I'm having trouble. There we go. That was so much easier than working with the adamant, because granite and adamant just hate each other. Really? You don't want to go in there now? Got you in there before. There you go. Nice. So if I do the partial window, or do I just do solid? That's the other question. If I do a partial window, I don't know what I would stick in there, because I don't think I can bury a torch. If I go to bury a torch in there, it'll stick out in the block below, I think. I also don't know if I can stick, how many pieces of the railing can I do? Just one. It won't go down. It'll stick in the wall. Yeah. But what if I did this? How does that look from the outside? It does light up the window. You just don't see the flame, I think. You kind of see the flame a little bit. I'll have to wait till dark. She's definitely going to have her bedroom here. She needs her cozy space with the waterfall. At least that's the one feature that didn't get demolished. Hey, look at that. I've just about kept it to 15 minutes. Okay. So, going with my theory of building, we need to build out my walls here. So this is going to be granite. Granite narrow wall. Narrow wall. Block. Whoopsie daisy. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Okay. And then we've got the block up top. Okay. Let's do the granite railing from the outside. Because that tends to work better from out here. Oh, I had it for a second there. Did you see it? There we go. Touchdown. That is not up the right height. That's too low. The other one's in the middle, but I'm okay with that on the other one. Small grid railing. There we go. Touch the top. It's not touching the top. It looked like it was touching the top. Didn't it look like it was touching the top? Small granite railing. There we go. Okay. And this one goes in the middle. Is that the right height? That is the right height. Good. And we'll do a lamp. There. And torch here. There we go. All right. So if this is going to be the wall, I could put the column in there. So I wouldn't have a column out in the middle. Granite column. Stupid bush. I don't have the Ent DLC. Can I put a vase here and fake it? Nope. I could put a grab apple tree thing, right? What if I put a small planter with a grab apple tree? Would that look weird? Make it look like it's meant to be. It's meant to be a planter of some kind. Sure, let's put the flowers in there. All right. So if I'm going to do the column, let's get rid of the floor above us. Granite floor. To get rid of that floor too. Any input, people? If you're walking in, let's get rid of this guy. And if you're walking in, is the flow better to walk through the open area to the door? Or would it be better for the door to be centered on that wall? I don't quite know what that room's going to be yet. Any opinions? I'm kind of thinking I can make this like an accent with columns. This is sitting on top of foundation, so in theory it should be okay. It doesn't like the planter, because the planter's in the way. Bush it doesn't care about, but the planter, God forbid, the planter's in the way. It's columns I want turned, actually. Why is it always got to jump around? Oh wait, interesting. This is going to be not there. Column crown. Column crown. This is going to be halfway. So the crown is going to be... I go to move to the left and it kicks me up to the top for some reason. That's where the crown's going to be. It's going to be at the halfway point. Let's get rid of that floor. Come on, get up there, base. You can do it. Oh, it wants me to be on the same level. Now this one I can actually do the top crown. Because this one's going to be just the normal height. Because that'll be the height of that floor. I don't know if you guys can hear the baby birds outside my window tweeting. They're very cute. Very, very cute. I'm trying to go right and left and it keeps skipping me down. That is super annoying. Why is it doing that? It's quite possibly could be too much detail. Alright, so what was the thought here I was going to have? Oh, I could do wood panelings. I could do wood panelings. That's an interesting thought. I think a gilded wall would be too much. What if I combined it? That's interesting. I've not been one to combine stuff much. But we don't have any gilded half walls, is the problem. What's this one look like? That's just that design. Funny, it'll do that other one, but it won't do this one. Only if it's like that. How interesting. What's this other wood wall look like? Oh, this is the green one. Why doesn't it look like that in the preview window? It doesn't look like it's green at all in the preview window, in the thumbnail. In the thumbnail, it looks like it's yellow. Okay, so I've established I'm going to do the columns for the floor support. Nope. Oh my gosh, really? You're just going to pop up to some random spot. There is a chance that these are attaching to the barriers and the door and not the wall, not the floor. Let's take a look at our options here. Oh boy, I'm just trying to go left. Just trying to go right, guys. Just trying to go right. And it keeps sending me down and around. I'm a big fan of that wall. Can you combine that with the gilded thing? Oh, that's a little funky. What about the other one? Interesting. Nope. No opinions? It's interesting, that one that has... This one also has a middle section as well. However, with that one, the gilded wall sits in front of it. Don't you guys think that's interesting? That's kind of a cool look. Interesting. I think it depends on which one you put down first. Now, here's the thing that kind of annoys me a little bit, is I tried playing with this a little bit before in my frost hold, and I could not get the gilded patterns to work like this on a granite wall. But it's kind of like what's going on with the one on the right. The gold is all there. It's interesting that the wood paneling sticks out further, apparently. I kind of like the look of this one. This one has too much gold wall. Gilded wall. If I could do this crown piece here and duplicate it above this wall, that would be awesome. But I can't. And I don't think I can half bury the gold walls either, can I? Nope, they won't go that far down. It's interesting how it sits behind that, though. Kind of hides the fact that it's a grand staircase, though, doesn't it? I just got to figure out what this wall's going to be. This, by the way, is why you have trouble building around torches at all. See how far these things stick through the floor? I'm not quite sure why that design is designed that way. So if you're trying to build something and you don't realize these are sticking through the floor that far, you'll have a building exclusion zone. So you'll get a reading like you can't build there. See how that block won't go there? And you'll be like, why won't this block go here? Or this wall, if it's a wall segment. It's because that torch is sticking through the floor. You have to get rid of the torch. It won't let you build anything in a zone around that torch. But these are just here for vision to help you guys see what I'm working on. I also have to figure out what I'm going to do for the header on that, right? Because the floor is going to be at the top of those columns. Tyler says, the wooden ones I think have a layer of some kind of stone behind them, which makes them thicker. Oh. Yeah. So you think the wooden facade actually sits on top of, in front of. We can test that out. We have free cam. And move over, look down. Oh, just a smidge. Yeah, you're right. They are kind of like a skin on there. I kind of like having a detail in the center, right? Instead of it being the doorway. And then having the doorway on the side. I think having a double detail wall like that on both sections would be weird. What other wall sections can we use though? Because the only problem is this header up at the top will make it unbalanced, I think, because I don't have a way to duplicate that, which sucks. Decorative wall. We have several decorative wall options. That one's unfortunately like reversed. We only have two half wall options though. This one and the plain granite. And then of course these small ones, right? I guess you could layer in an archway. On top of this to give it a flare and some more life around it. No, I don't want the door. Wide archway. There we go. What else do we got? I mean, I could always do a window, but that would be weird, I think. So this is not the fancy braided bottom. Same topper. Plain bottom, same topper. Not very much, but just enough to give that layering effect with the gold ones. Yeah. It's layered in front of something structural. Yeah. Interesting. Now that I see that technique, I might go back to my Frosthold world and give that another try for something else. Well, there's two different archways. Oh, that one looked like it had some kind of header on it, but it doesn't. It totally does not look like what it does in the thumbnail. Alright. What's this guy look like? He's just plain. I love the guy with the big bust on it, but I can't balance it on the other side. I think I like the molded wall because it has a little footer on it. And I think that's just enough room to hang something on the wall as well. Yeah. Okay, so not seeing many opinions. I think I'm going to do that. I might use these green panels in her bedroom though. I like that. I like the panel look there. Alright, so we're going to go with the molded wall here. Yeah. And then we're going to go with the same gilded wall look here. I'm not quite sure about this entranceway yet though. Narrow platform. Small platform. Small platform. Get rid of that stair for a second. Let's put in our columns. Three. What did I do? Yeah, I'm doing those. Okay. And let's put the topper in. Halfway. Halfway. Granite floor. How much you want to bet it's the stairs? Oh, it might be the case. It might be the scroll case. I don't know if that's close enough. It's a scroll case. It was the scroll case. Let's get rid of these guys, because I don't want those to interfere with laying the floor. Debating if I like that look or not. With the gilded wall kind of hiding the stair. I do like how it hides the inconsistency in the stone coloring. Yeah, it looks weird with people because the people are in the middle. I mean, I could get rid of that middle section. But I kind of like that. Really need to think about what I'm doing with the wall here. Okay, let's put the stair back in. Oh, wait. These are taller. Oopsie daisy, I forgot about that. These are actually taller. Small crown. column shaft. Let's get rid of the gold. Smoke ring, column shaft. Because this is just high enough that that's what the wall space is going to be. Okay, that's what the floor space is going to be. They're flinging granite pieces all over the place. Let's get rid of the stairs. Get rid of the stairs again. I should have done that before I put the column pieces in. Here's a question. I should probably put the columns back this way too. What's interesting is this is snapping, and I don't know why it's snapping. It shouldn't be snapping to the ground. Should not be snapping to the ground, but it is. Why is it snapping to the ground? Huh. This is not supposed to be snapping to the ground. This is free. You know what? I bet I have hidden foundations from when I had a floor in here. Shit. I bet that's it. I bet I have hidden foundations in here when I had a floor in here. And I can't see it because it's just underneath the skin of this. Because there's no reason that should be snapping. If I come over here, there's no, it's not snapping. But the minute I come into where I would have had floor laid, it's snapping. So there's like a foundation underneath that's making it snap. Crap. Okay. Well, it's a good thing I'm not putting turrets up here. Dang. That stinks if you've got hidden foundation that you can't get rid of. Wait, that's turned sideways. We want these to match. Something to be careful of, boys and girls. Hidden foundations. Well, at least it makes it easier for me to build these columns and space them out. Ugh. I'm just going to the right. That's all I'm doing is trying to go to the right. And it randomly skips me up and out. Not sure how far out I'm coming with this yet. There's a chance I might be destroying this building behind me still. Okay, columns down. Not quite sure how far I'm bringing this wall either. Now I feel like I can put the stairs back in. Watch the stairs come up one step too high. Nope, they're just right. Okay, good. All right. Should be able to span from here to over there without an issue. Let's get rid of this floor so I don't skew everything up. Granite floor. Sorry for the bright light. Granite floor. Okay, so I could probably put one more column in here. That was there for spacing. Let's see if this snapping continues here. Well, it should because I have the foundations there. Whoopsie daisy. She will not go down further than this. Alright, so let's do just the shaft. And it's the foundation it's picking up, so it won't go any further down than that. Alright. Topper. Does that put them at the same height? It does not. Does it? Alright, we gotta do a floor check. I think those other things might be too high. Okay, column is not sticking through. Is it touching? It's touching all the columns. Okay, so it is a little bit lower. let's see. It does appear to be touching at least. Okay, I'm alright with that being just a little bit lower. Just as long as it's touching. Okay. Yeah, I had an incident while I was building my garrison. It was quite the incident. I was a little upset. Okay. I think we're just going to put a wall in here for now. Do I have... The corner wall goes the other way, I think, doesn't it? It's an outside corner, not an inside corner. Yeah, let's leave that there for now. I could just make this an archway, couldn't I? It looks like it's sitting weird. Oh, that totally leaves a gap. I think it's going to leave a gap no matter what I do with it, though. You'd have to fill it out this way. So interesting. Is this not even on this side? Oh, it won't be because of the way the wall is. There's just a little bump out. Got it. Got it. Okay. A little hidden nookie. I'm gonna figure out how big that section's gonna be. How's everybody doing tonight anyway? Oh, we gotta do the columns on this side. Stone door. If you guys have any questions while I'm building here, I don't mind answering them. That's right, we were going to do this with the shaft instead. Shaft. Ah. Okay, so we do need to build up the columns. I should have done that. Let's get rid of the floor. Granite floor. Granite floor. Granite floor. Get rid of that archway. We'll put that in a second. Why do I get rid of everything? So that I can make sure my columns are actually, my second floor columns are actually touching the first floor columns. Which way are these pointing? Yeah, flat side out. Okay. Because if I'm not careful with that, the wall or the floor segments can skew everything. And then your column, second floor column bases are not touching your first floor column bases. And they actually are touching just the wall, which changes the stability. Alright, let's get the rest of these bases in. Whoopsie daisy. One too far. Whoop. Holy cow. I wonder if it's registering it going sideways or something instead of diagonal, instead of up and down. The music doesn't play often enough when you're building. Which way is that one pointing? Yeah, I gotta turn it. Okay. There I go, trying to go left again. Oh, I'm trying to jump down. Thank you. Topper. Oh, I said yellow already. That's a little concerning. Good thing I'm not going too much higher. Yellow is okay, you guys, when you're building. You just have to be aware that that means you may be restricted in how high you can build. Okay. So I probably should put at least one more row of columns out here. Because that's as far as the floor tile is going to come at least. Alright. I'm still surprised these are snapping. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No, wait, these are toppers. Because the floor is higher here. This means I need to put one more set out here. But I'm going to cheat and only put one here because I don't want one right in front of the wizards. 1, 2, 3. Wait, is that right? 1. 1, 2, 3. Because I don't want one right in front of the wizards thingy. Okay, so we need another topper. That guy's not pointed the way the rest of them are. God dang it. Oh, it's just that one. The base was set right. That wasn't. Okay. So the only thing I don't know is what wall am I going with on the back side here. So I don't know if I'm doing... Ooh, do I mess with the ornate ceilings for the top? I could regret that. I don't want to do wainscoted. I want just the molded wall, I think. Okay, I'm just trying to go to the left. Hello? I want it flipped around. I don't know if I'm going to do it there, but I'll do it here for sure. I don't know about there because I might bring the library back a little further. And let's flip this one around this way. Oh my gosh, I just realized I haven't repaired her armor. Okay, now I can put the door back in. I can put the archway back in. What am I doing for the headers here? Do I just do those? Or do I do these guys? Like, I mean, they kind of look like supports, right? For the floor above. Those came down lower. Is that because it was attaching to the column and not the wall space, the door? Interesting. Let's try that. Let's try that again. Okay. Kind of liking it. It's jumping there for a little bit. Interesting. Is that still low? No, that's right. It's at the same height. Okay, let's put the archway back in. Isn't there another archway? There is another archway right here. Oh, that sticks forward. Look how forward that sticks. Put it around. Okay, that's more in the middle. I mean, if I'm gonna have those there, then I should probably do one more layer, right? Can't do it. Too much stuff. I have a torch hidden on the backside. Might be too much stuff. Alright. So if I was gonna do the gilded walls, it's awfully quiet, but that's okay. Okay, I think I could start laying the floor in, at least to cover the center part. Although I do need to finish layering this out. Hold on. Stand by. We're going to be standing on the floor there. Okay. So I need another set of granite. And then we need some narrow walls. I got a lot of layering happening there. I'm not sure if I'm going to like that. Okay. Nope. Whoopsie daisy. Walked right off the platform. Alright, so we need some blocks. Actually, these could be narrow wall segments, not blocks. Because they would be the right height for this. Okay, those are filled in already. Narrow block. Narrow block. Okay, so I can actually get rid of... No, we'll leave it. I think it'll be okay. I'm not a fan of layering stuff in too much. Sometimes I think that might cause more problems than is warranted. All my own crazy theories, people. All my own crazy theories. Granite block. Okay, and granite block. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Are these not lined up? That guy is not lined up. Okay, window, window, window. Okay. see if I can put that railing in while I'm standing here. That did not go where it needed to go. Of course it didn't, because I can't see what I'm doing. Granite railing. Sorry if my baby birdies are chirping too much. They are quite the yappers right now because they're getting ready to learn how to fly. Alright, so we need a torch. So one in particular has been a hog, and he is just hovering right in the entrance of the nesting box. These other ones I think I'm going to do once I have the floor in. Right, so I think I can get rid of these now. Narrow beam. Top platform. Top platform. Top platform. Sorry, I talked to myself so much. Alright. I'm half debating about changing this floor out, you guys. I could change it out to be wood. Do I put wood floor in for the second story? Oh boy. There's the dilemma I didn't think I was going to have. Do I put a wood floor in for the second story? Do I have enough wood? Ooh, I'm going to have to get more wood. I only have 285. Ooh, awesome. Oh boy, this is not going to want to snap, is it? It's going to be Gimme Grandma all over again. Wow, why is it so micro? Let's get a feel for what it would look like. Oh, this thing better not start doing its neon red right now. I am not in the mood for that. Alright, so let's try granite. Oh, it is getting brighter and brighter. Do you guys see that bullshit? It surprises me that that's yellow. All this column support I got going on, it's going to try and play a yellow game on me. That's ridiculous. There we go. One thing I'm interested in is what this would look like if I lined up the floor. Polished wood floor. Polished wood floor. give kind of a double. I don't think I could duplicate that. No, I could duplicate that because that's not a full tile to the other wall either. All right, do we got any votes? Polished wood floors make sense to me. That's what castles used to have, which is why the floors are always missing in ruins. Yeah, that's true. Because it would have been... because they would have just done tiles. I'm a little nervous using wood floors. Just because many of the issues I've seen involve wood. Alright. Well, let's see how far off the pattern is here. Granite floor. Granite floor. Granite floor. Granite floor. Granite floor. I'll have to like give myself... Oh my gosh, it's starting to get that bright fucking... Alright, walk backwards. Walk forwards. Come on, you were just snapping to the same plane. There you go. See? Snapping to the same plane. Let's snap to the same plane. Hello. These may not be worth it, Tyler. Let's see how far off this pattern is. Okay, so that does something weird. This I don't mind. Just looks like extra molding. This looks like something weird. So we have to figure out what to do with the odd spacing that I've got. That's the one problem with wood flooring. Or it just extends off into Never Never Land. Polished wood floor. Polished wood floor. Polished wood floor. Okay, so I like how that lays. So what if I do... I start from here. That can't be right. Let's do an offset. Offset there. Halfway done with your stock mission. It takes... Yes. Yes, I feel your pain. Halfway there. I need to throw one more up there. Yeah, but now I'm like doubling down on the wood tiles in here. And I think that adds to potential of destruction. That's kind of consistent. It's a little odd over here. It's going to take twice as much wood to do that, though. Polished wood floor. Polished wood floor. Polished wood floor. Whoopsie daisy. It's 1:30 a.m. Oh boy. Okay. Thanks, Tyler. I appreciate you lurking still. Yeah, I don't think that'll bother me if it's not lined up with the center. Whoopsie daisy, almost walked right off the edge. If I get rid of these, does everything fall apart? Polished wood floor. Polished wood floor. Polished wood floor. I just don't like how yellow those are. Looking for weirdos. Okay. Should make it an interesting pattern. Yeah, you can hardly look at that. Okay. We do need a little bit of light. What do braziers look like over here? Ooh, stuttering. Alright, let's finish these granite windows and then I think I'm going to call it a night myself. Since I've actually been streaming a lot longer than I thought I was going to be. Look at how smooth those go in. So much easier than the granite. I mean the adamant. Of course I say that now it's going to give me problems. Really? You want to give me issues? Dang it, it was there a second ago. Gotta be fast with the controller. And we need a granite block over here. I need some granite blocks over there. Granite walls. Granite block. Railing. Yeah, I didn't think that was there where it needed to be. Granite railing. Okay, those are up high. Good. That's too high. Granite railing. See, it bounces down. That's what I want. Yes. Come on, get in there. Why do I do this to myself? Why do I do this to myself? I'm also so far away I can't see what I'm doing. Very frustrating. That really may have to wait till I'm closer. Why am I zoomed out so far? That's what's making it hard. And my head's in the way. Did I get it? Whew, got it. Jeez, that was a pain. Stupid camera. It's more selfish than it sounds. I sleep better when I have Twitch on in the background. It's not weird at all, Tyler. I watch many a stream while I fall asleep. Now you're going to make me conscious of who I switch you to. I want to switch you to somebody super obnoxious when I'm done. Oh, look, I'm missing a block here. I could startle you awake. Oh. Why won't that build something there? Interesting. Probably because this is doubled up. Okay, so let me build it once I remove the column piece. How can I put the column piece back? Okay, and can I put the blocks back? Okay. Oh, look at that. That guy's not even touching. That was interesting. There we go. All right. Gotta fill you in here. This is gonna step up. Yeah, we might do 2 tiny windows there for that one. Let's take a look. All right. There's how the outside castle proper is looking. I think I like my homemade windows better than the cathedral style windows. Just because it matches what the picture is more. Can I back up far enough? Nope. Cannot back up far enough to see the outside wall. Nope. That's as far as I can get. I forgot to get a picture. Gonna finish putting some decorative moldings on the outside. Okay, walk into the great room. Not quite sure what I'm going to make this. This back corner here is going to be the library around the Wizard's Mark stone. Still debating about those buildings. This will open up into another room. I think I'm going to make this an armory display. I have some armor stands up here on this little platform. Weapons down here. And then this will be a little nook that comes back to this area, which will be the smithing and crafting area. So this will be just like a little hallway. And then we'll come up top. And one way will be to Karryn's bedroom. So this corner will be Karryn's bedroom. So she has a view of the waterfall. Not quite sure what I'm going to do with this middle section. And then this will be another room off here. I might make a couple of rooms off of here for guests. So maybe this will be like a big sitting area. What is with the dark shapes that just appear out of nowhere? It's like the shadow forces are coming to invade. Very weird and disconcerting. So I'll need to figure out my roof lines because I want to add those in before I put the roof in. I was toying with using the ornate ceilings. Yeah, we'll toy with that later. So if this is going to be, should probably put some railings in here. Those are, last one's not even. There we go. Looks like I was trying to face this off here. Okay. Just don't know if I'm going to have the archway go this way. I could do a double archway. Oh, that blocks off the stone. I might just leave this open then. Or do it like this, maybe? Wide archway. Where's the narrow archway? That does not line up right. I might just leave that open then. Or I could do this. I could do the granite, right? What is it attaching to? Okay, it does not come up through the floor. It's not bad. It's a little off. I've got to figure out why that's off. See what it looks like from coming in from the entrance. What do I have on the marker map? I wonder if markers on your map can screw up things. Hide. Hide. Okay. Oh, I heard you coming, Mr. Wolfie. Hey. Just being rude now. Where's your buddies at? Got no buddies? Oh, that's sad. Alright. Wish I could cut the lawn. I gotta finish putting in the blocks up there. Okay. I need to put a molding above that door and take care of that door. Put a staircase in. Go into the upper floor. Weird lighting effects. Okay. Can't get out above the wall. That's as far as I can go. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm feeling good that I finally got some interior stuff going now. It's kind of how real castles were built. You did your outside wall first, and then you laid in the interior. Like Tyler said, that's why most castles are just shells, because everything on the inside was wood. So, the status of those two buildings are still to remain. I kind of like making the house on the left a kitchen and granary, and the right the forge and crafting area. Tyler, I hope you have a great night. Sir Cicero, thanks for watching. Anybody else still watching? Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate the watches. Oh, you guys all have a wonderful night. Warriors, keep your battle axes sharp, and may the sun warm your day. Thanks for watching.